going on out there in YouTube land? Mr. Dave here, hanging out on a rainy day here in San Diego, and had something been pondering in my head a little bit about how it is we go about our days these days as business owners, entrepreneurs, and bosses of our own apple sauces. Man, I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of a OCD kind of person, and I end up with a lot of internal dialogue, a lot of voices in my head that a lot of times are like really challenging and annoying and too often critical and disempowering. That's not the only thing that I deal with, but I can tell you it's been something over the years I've had to battle and fight against those negative voices. I mean, we got that stuff coming at us, out there in our devices, our little devices that just, we're like always looking at, flicking. If you're like me, so much interesting stuff. These guys are geniuses. They make these algorithms that, man, they just dial in all this cool stuff. I had landslides and snow skiers, snowboarders, giant avalanches, and explosions and these dirt bike riders and BMX riders, going all off these crazy things, cliff climbers and all the rest of it. And that stuff just keeps you busy and obsessed. And before you know it, an hour's passed or more. So just been more and more aware of the stuff that's, going into my ticker here and my thinking modality there. And it's can be very disruptive and kind of take us off course and off track and disable us a little bit. So I just thought I'd just mention that, just at least validate if any of you guys are out there challenged by that. That's the external stuff that's going around and coming at us. And what about the internal stuff? The stuff like I was started off talking about, it's inside our heads, and that's the stuff that will really either take us where we want to go, or it'll take us right off the off ramp of our future success and just take us off into a little bunny trail or side adventure, shall we say, to put it in a positive tone. So just finding myself much better now at using affirmations that are positive, empowering, supportive, that guide me in the direction I need to go, want to go. And it's super, super important. So we want to keep those mind voices kind of under control. We don't want to let them just start kind of chewing away at us like Pac-Man. Remember the Pac-Man game? He's just chewing away at us, and so every day, we want to try and do the gratitude, thankfulness thing I keep putting on the end of my little videos and stuff. If we keep thinking about gratitude and thankfulness, that sort of pushes out the space that these fearful thoughts can come in, these anxious thoughts, these critical thoughts, these judgmental thoughts. And so I just encourage everybody out there, hey, just hang in there with the thoughts that are coming in and really try and take those things captive and, push them away, change the tone on them. Something I learned years and years ago from Tony Robbins was neuro-linguistic programming, and talking about the language. It sort of programs our minds, neuro, brain, linguistic language. And so if you hear something that keeps chewing away at you and it's kind of tearing you down or taking you down, change the voice on it. Make it sound like Mickey Mouse, You're really dumb. You're really stupid. Yeah, it's not as powerful when it sounds like a mouse. So, but you change it to whatever you want to do. You can change those voices in your head by thinking, I'm going to turn the volume down or turn it up or change the tone or tonality or the language of what I'm hearing in my head. So use that power, take control of those thoughts, take them captive, and you will be able to have a little bit more success and not be so disabled. I'm talking about my own journey, man. I'm fighting them thoughts. That is half the battle, is fighting what's between our ears, when we want to be successful as entrepreneurs and business owners and artists, craftsmen, and all the rest. So anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there. It is December 12th, 2022. We made it to here after all the absurdities, madness, inconsistencies, confusion, insanity, and craziness. So thank goodness we made it this far. And I just pray, God, you guys have a good Christmas. If I don't chat some other time, and be thankful, be forgiving. Remember, I always talk about those in my little videos, and it really is. It's a pathway to a happier life. So try and get that going and maximize gratitude, forgiveness, thankfulness. And the last thing I'll share with you, a story I just noticed every day, it's maybe kind of weird, but I've had 2 kidney transplants and I've been on dialysis 29 months. And that's where you sit down in a chair and they put these giant needles. They're like that big and they jam them in your arm where they make a vein in your arm swell up to be that big. And it's called a fistula. And I'd have that in my left arm, as some of you've seen in my videos. And so for 29 months, I wasn't going to the bathroom, number one, like everybody else. That's okay. Had to go through my arm. I had to actually go to the bathroom, so to speak. I had to get the toxins out of my blood through dialysis. So nowadays, I'm on my second transplant, and every time I do that, I've just been finding myself naturally just saying, "Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you." And it's in my head. I just have a spirit of thankfulness every time I go to the bathroom. So is that crazy or what? So you guys out there, you take stuff for granted, like you always hear. I've heard that my whole life when I was a kid. I'm like, you don't really get it. Maybe you do if you've had some experiences where you learn it. But every time I am able to go to the bathroom and not have to go sit in a chair for 4 hours, 3 days a week, have to drive to these facilities, to these dialysis units, it's a blessing. And being thankful every time that happens, I go to the bathroom. It's amazing and it's miraculous. And I'm thankful to the person, the soul that I don't know if it was a man or woman, but I think they were 35, 38 years old. This was back in 2020 when I got the call on a Friday that they had a kidney for me. And the next morning was my second transplant. So be thankful for what you got. Can't say it enough. Can't do it enough. And a lot of the stuff we take for granted, hot water coming out of a tap. We talked to some friends from Eastern Bloc nations today that are visiting, and the craziness with the war in Ukraine and all the rest. We have so much to be thankful for here in the West and where we are. So anyways, just here chatting with you about some of the things that I've noticed about the voices that torment us and kind of tear us down a little bit in our own minds, and our battles really are within ourselves in terms of getting to where we want to go, making more money, being more successful, being better parents, better husbands, fathers, wives, and kids as well, young people. So whole world's out there, guys, and we still have things to do and time to do it in. And we're not here by accident, as I say, and I've said in the past. You're here for a purpose, and it's a noble purpose and a good purpose, and it's God purpose. And you want to just line up with that and try and discover what that is. And you can't really hear God's voice if you're so busy looking at your devices or your TV shows, or your brain's all full of the voices that are tearing you down and just chatter and keeping your mind all upset with fear and anxiety. So we just want to try and fight against that stuff. So anyways, just thought I'd throw that out there here in my office on a Monday night, I guess, 12/12, December 22, 2022. So God bless you guys. Hope you're having a great time right now, wherever you're at. And if you're suffering, I pray that would be mitigated and eased, that God would come upon you now and take some of the pain away. If you've lost someone and you're dealing with emotional pain, I pray God would just come and touch you as well and give you some relief. You're not alone. Can't always see him or hear him or understand where God is around you, but he's around you. He's around all of us all the time and always has been. But it doesn't always feel like it. And I've experienced that myself too. That's where I'm going out on faith, just believing that God's still there because he is. And he's proven that through a number of ways. But seek and you shall find, ask and it shall be given to you, as it were. The Bible talks about. So a lot of good stuff there. I can go on and on. I'm rambling. So thank you for hanging in there. And I hope you have a good day. God bless you. Merry Christmas. And we will see you next time on the Rock Pile or somewhere else. So have a good one. God bless you. We will see you later. Bye.